Hello and welcome back, all you loyal MFers, to the first fight night out of our big pay-per-view Flashpoint. Champions have been crowned, more champions will be crowned, contenders will be named, so on, so forth. I am your commentator host, MC Roman Empire, and we are going to be kicking off with Vigilante Division action. And ever since our Flashpoint event took place, a pay-per-view meant to reform the face of our multiverse, it is no surprise that sometimes things get a little different, rewritten, our multiverse changes. And we have an individual we know nothing about. We've seen no instances of him in any of the multiverses. For all intents and purposes, he is an original of MFW. Here in Sacramento, California, he will make his debut live as our first matchup. And it'll be for, drumroll please, the Vigilante Championship. That's right, this new individual coming out of nowhere will be facing this man who won his match on the very first episode of Fight Night against Scarlet Spider, Peter Parker, the original Spider-Man. One of these two men will walk out as MFW Fight Night's Vigilante Champion, the first ever. A bit of a disadvantage here for Spider-Man knowing nothing about this individual, but, same respect, this individual has never faced off against any of the contenders or competitors on either roster. Completely new to our multiverse, original to MFW. It'll be interesting to see what this man brings to the table in his debut match. This is just the sort of unpredictable thing that happens when it comes to Flashpoint. Here he is. We are told this man's name is Vanguard. Know very little about this man. He's good looking, I'll say that much. But we know very little else. Sort of got this thematic look of a knight meets a Spartan or a Roman soldier. Maybe that's why I like him. Themed after my name. Regardless, this individual, this Vanguard, looking to make a huge impact. Could you imagine his debut match? He also wins the Vigilante Championship, but he's got to go through one of the top members of the MFW roster, Peter Parker, first. Obviously, Spider-Man looking to capitalize on his big win over Scarlet Spider to propel himself and become champion and set the tone for that division here on Fight Night. This should be a hell of a singles match if reports are to be believed that this man is a valid contender against some of our big names. We'll see whether or not that proves true, though. Right here, right now, for the Vigilante Championship. That's right, title on the line. What a way to kick off our first fight night out of MFW's Flashpoint. And that crimson strap overhead. Let's ring that bell and see what this guy's got. Starting off with a feeling out period. Wise from both these men. They don't know anything about each other, so testing each other's technical skills. Feeling each other out. Ooh, knee to the back. And now suddenly, it looks like that's all Vanguard needed to get a feel for his opponent and goes right for the strikes. Seems to be very martially oriented. Ooh, into a triangle choke here. And very technical. So it looks like a technical and striking-based offense. Oh, the power! Hoisting him up from that position. That's right, I said hoist. Slamming onto his back to break that. Oh, went for a cutter of sorts and... Oh! Drop kick! Pop-up drop kick. Drop kick to the back in return, though. Hanging him up on that second rope. Oh, knee to the face. Heard the impact on that one. These two men not pulling any punches. Kick to the chest. Oh, and a cocky new contender we have on the scene here. Soaking in. Look at that knee to the gut, lining him up for something here. Oh, knee to the back! Maybe the back of the head just came down hard on him. And a code breaker. Utilizing a lot of knee-based offense. A lot of knee strikes, elbow strikes. Very martially and technically sound, looks like. Oh! Big kick to the back of the head in that reversal. Both these men have to be careful. A count-out victory will not get either man the title, nor will a disqualification. As we get back into the ring here after a 7 count. Oh! Hits it! We're told that's the Vantage Point, his finisher. Vantage Point. 1, 2. Oh, almost. Barely. Kicks out. Lining up Spider-Man here. Knee into a neck breaker. Ooh. And just handsprings out of it. That's the resiliency you see out of Spider-Man. Jumping flatliner. Suddenly Peter Parker in the zone. A ball of energy despite taking those big high impact moves. Oh. Looked like a roll onto the stomach there as a reversal. Spider-Man suddenly getting a second wind here. Oh, reversal. Suplex. Spider-Man suddenly confident that he can turn this around. Inverted Rana. Spiking Vanguard on the top of his head. This has been a back and forth match despite both these men knowing so little about each other, able to read their movements. Handspring cutter! One cutter returned for another into the pin. 1, 2. No, only a 2. Only a 2. Spider-Man cannot believe it, but both men still in this match. Hopping up to the top turnbuckle with such ease. Moonsault! Vanguard somehow fighting back. Leg drop bulldog! Busts him open. We have got readings from the sensors in that mask. Peter Parker is busted open. And now these roundhouse kicks. Oh, to the side of the head. He could be out cold. Referee in for the pin. 1, 2, 3. You have a new Vigilante Champion. Vanguard in his debut match. This individual we know nothing about has just claimed the Vigilante Championship. Fight Night's Vigilante division has just changed entirely, not just because a new champion was named, but because this contender who none of the other members of this division have ever seen before just claimed it. A hell of a match between these two. That inverted Hurricane Rana you saw, the high impact maneuvers from both men. Big cutter here. The Vantage Point earlier. Such big moves, pulling out all the stops, but in the end, the mysterious Vanguard is your new Vigilante Champion, and what a way to kick off the first Fight Night out of Flashpoint. Talk about changing the face of MFW's multiverse. It has just been turned on its head. I guess that makes it an upside down face, where like the hair is the goatee or the beard, and if you got a beard, then that's the hair. I need coffee again. Moving forward, congratulations to our new champion, Vanguard. Changing the face of our Vigilante division, but we move forward. And we move on to... Well, look, oh, wait a minute. Batman attacking Arkham Knight before his match here. Arkham Knight was supposed to take on Deathstroke. Deathstroke wanted to face Arkham Knight after Arkham Knight attacked Batman, after his match with Deathstroke, said he shouldn't have stuck his nose in business that didn't belong to him. So they were going to have a little match to iron out that situation. Big clothesline clips him just a bit as he tumbles. Batman seemingly not done with Arkham Knight after that attack. The attack may have failed thanks to Damian Wayne's assistance, but regardless of that fact, Batman doesn't seem to be done with Arkham Knight. Deathstroke working the vice grip here onto the shoulder. Damage could be done already, though. Obviously, that blindside attack from Batman has put Arkham Knight at quite a disadvantage going up against somebody who's as capable as Deathstroke. Slade Wilson. Highly trained mercenary. Arkham Knight also very highly trained as well, but in a situation where you've come into... Oh! Lion Salt! That second rope springboard moonsault. When you come into the situation already damaged. Oh! Big slap. Disrespectful. You're basically playing catch-up. That being said, Arkham Knight has taken most of the offense early on here in this match, so attempting to make up for that deficit. No surprise there. Deathstroke fighting out of it, though. Went for that big clothesline and reversed. Arkham Knight seems to have his number on these moves here. Oh, went for a super kick and dodge, though. Just what he needed to turn this around. Oh, Deathstroke calling in for that. Busts him open. Yes, sensors on that helmet say he's busted open. Big combination. The already weakened Arkham Knight being taken down so viciously. Only a 2 count, though. Deathstroke setting up, waiting, looking to hit that big move. Here it is. Uranagi plants him. 1, 2, 3. Deathstroke, big win, but you got to put an asterisk next to that. The assist to Batman surely had a major effect on the outcome of that matchup. Arkham Knight came in ready to face Deathstroke. Probably should have been ready for the retaliation from Bruce Wayne after what happened in the first episodes of Fight Night after that initial attack. Again, it may have failed, but that didn't mean that Wayne was just simply going to let it go. That being said, Deathstroke picks up a big win at the expense of Arkham Knight. And you have to think Arkham Knight is going to be none too pleased with the actions of one Bruce Wayne. Is probably going to retaliate, and you got to imagine this is not over between these two. Either way, that's a big win, and we move on to our third matchup on the card. Now, as we mentioned before, ever since Flashpoint concluded, Fight Night has a new director, Nick Fury. Former director of S.H.I.E.L.D. is now the director of Fight Night. And because of that, Red Skull's in action here tonight. Why, you ask? Well, after the interference of Red Skull in the Earth's Mightiest Tag Team title match, involved in that triple powerbomb that ended the match in favor of Hydra, essentially gifting them the titles despite the fact that probably should have been disqualified, Fury decided, well, something had to be done about that. So, a tag team that was involved in that matchup, Heroes for Hire, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, will get a second chance at potentially getting a title match. How so? Well, they're going to face Red Skull in a handicap match. If Red Skull loses, Iron Fist and Luke Cage will be placed back in the title picture against Crossbones and Taskmaster. Obviously, Luke Cage and Iron Fist pumped, ready for their opportunity, a bit of payback for what happened, as well as a chance to take advantage of this opportunity and put themselves back in the championship conversation. Danny Rand and Luke Cage, very capable on their own already. In this situation, have to think they have an overwhelming advantage over Red Skull. Crossbones and Taskmaster have been banned from ringside, unable to interfere or accompany Red Skull in this match. And that's what we talked about, is that there were going to be repercussions from Nick Fury towards Hydra after the way things happened at Flashpoint. The cost of your new director of Fight Night being in control. Oof, backbreaker there to the spine. Gotta think Red Skull's gonna put up a valiant effort here. Does not want these two to get another title opportunity after what they did to get those championships. Especially if they were to lose them, there's no guarantee Fury would ever let them get a rematch for those titles. You have no automatic rematch clauses here. You may get one, depending, but it's not guaranteed in your contract. It's not how we do things. Oof, not working that arm. Stepping on the arm and stomping away. These two can afford to take their time. Going for these wear down pins, working the limbs. Ability to tag the fresher man in when necessary allows them to slow down the pace. Be interesting to see, though, moving forward. Fury's is tempted to, ooh, big crossbody. Abuse that position to continually punish Hydra, or if he'll simply let things go once he feels an apt punishment has been laid. Let's go wriggling free here into a double axe handle. Fighting from a disadvantage, but you gotta, like I said, you gotta think he's not going to take this laying down. He's gonna want to pick up a big win, especially at the expense of Heroes for Hire after that tag team matchup for the titles. Something to prove. Going to be difficult here. No backup. It was a big key factor to how they won those tag titles, Crossbones and Taskmaster, was having Red Skull in their corner. Obviously, Jessica Jones was in the corner of Luke Cage and Iron Fist, but did not get involved the way the Red Skull did. Oh, suplex onto the outside there. Not a lot of protection for the back. Already at a 5 count. Gotta think a valid strategy for Red Skull here is to win by countout. He can easily still win this matchup and keep these two away from the tag team titles. Can't get disqualified, though. No easy way out on that one. Ooh, went for a big left to the jaw, but catches a DDT instead. Quick pin. Only a 1 count. Luke Cage, obviously the powerhouse of the duo, easily overpowers someone like Red Skull. Even with the power dampeners in the arena in full force, still considerably stronger of the two. Red Skull doing everything he can to fight back, though. Luke Cage dragging Red Skull into the corner here, likely to... Ooh! Probably setting up for a double team. That back elbow catching both men. And suddenly it's just a flurry of blows. Into a sunset flip. 1. Only a 1 count. Johann Schmidt here. Catching a breather. Didn't even get a 1 count in there, the ref did. Oh, wait a minute, we could see it. DDT! Thought he might be going for the finish, but no. Just planning him with a DDT instead. Exhausted. You could see he just collapses every few moves. Puts so much energy into this match, whereas the other two are able to swap out in and out. Give themselves a bit of rest. Now we might see it. He's got Red Skull Buster. Lands it! In for the pin. And not even a 1 count. That is the benefit of having a partner in your corner, able to break up that pin. Setting up for a second. Can he land it, or is he going to the well one too many times? Reversed. Clothesline. Wanting to put away his opponent, but maybe not the best strategy to try to attempt the same move twice in a row. Float over neck breaker. Danny Rand desperately wants the tag. Red Skull doing his best to isolate Luke Cage away from his partner, keep him from making that tag. Ooh, big elbow drop just before Danny Rand could get him off the top turnbuckle there. Setting up for a potential second finisher. Red Skull Buster busting open Luke Cage, going for the pin. Only a 1 count. Once again, that partner factor. Too much to overcome alone for Red Skull. Winded, exhausted, running out of stamina. Doing all this damage, but he has to take out the second man in the equation before he can manage a pin over the one in the ring. This match really designed to punish Red Skull for his actions in that tag team title match. As this series of European uppercuts comes in. Now taking it to each turnbuckle. Crimson Mass running down the face of Luke Cage. Drop kick. Those Doc Martens to the shoulder. Another DDT. Plants him. Relentless assault on the head. Now that it's a weak point, now that it's got that blood running down, it is a target for Red Skull. Danny Rand just wants a tag so bad. Red Skull looking to slow down the pace here, working the limbs of Luke Cage. It would be too late to slow down the pace. Oh! Big crash there, sort of a Death Valley Driver style move. Big clotheslines now. Luke Cage coming back into this. Back body drop. Spine buster. I don't think Red Skull cannot endure much more than this. Schmidt is in trouble. He's got no one to tag, no one to back him up. He needs to somehow... Oh! Looked like he was going for another single underhook face buster. That Red Skull buster got tossed aside like a rag doll. Cage in for the pin. 2 count off that alone. You gotta think one big move and it could be over for Red Skull. Taking him to the corner. Fights out of it yet again, trying to avoid that double team situation. With everything he has. A more competitive matchup than one might expect in this situation. A handicap scenario against a very well-established duo. And Red Skull stayed in this for quite a bit. Using the ropes. Only a 1 count. Oh, accidentally hitting Luke Cage on that second attempt to get rid of Red Skull. I don't think this is a good idea, though. Getting a little cocky here. Taunting the fans, but in this situation... Oh, finally takes Iron Fist out. This could be the perfect opportunity to eliminate Luke Cage and pick up the win. On the top rope. Oh, big crossbody, but Iron Fist already back on the apron. Too long to try and... Oh, went for a spinning back elbow, but got tripped. Bear hug spine buster. Was going for that big back elbow. Got spine bustered instead. 2 count. That might have been a fatal mistake for Red Skull. This could be over because of that big miss. He had all the momentum on his side. He was in control of the offense. Suddenly everything changed. Tag made here. Oh, this could be it. Double team. Enter the Dragon. Lands it. Knees into the sternum. Pin made. 1, 2, 3. Heroes for hire. Pick up a win. as of this moment, back in the title picture. Thanks to the victory over Red Skull. Suitable punishment has been laid for Red Skull's interference. And you gotta think Crossbones and Taskmaster are now planning what to do to deal with this situation. But we're not done yet. We got one more grudge matchup, if you will, another potential punishment, though not as clear cut. After the assault on the Hulk from Darkseid backstage that took Hulk out of the Omega level championship picture, Hulk demanded a match with Darkseid after his recovery. He was granted it by Fury in a Falls Count Anywhere match. That's right, this is Falls Count Anywhere, as Darkseid takes on the Hulk. For the sake of our fans in attendance, let's hope it doesn't spill into the crowd itself. We could have casualties even with power dampeners on. Regardless, it was felt this was the only viable way for these two to hash things out. Could not end by countout or disqualification. We'll have a definitive winner in this Falls Count Anywhere match. No disqualifications, pins, submissions, anywhere in the arena can take place. The intergalactic tyrant, known as Darkseid, leader of Apocalypse, after his vicious assault, that anti-life pile driver on the concrete to the Hulk. Hulk looking for a measure of revenge. Easier said than done, though, even for the Hulk, taking on somebody as dangerous as Darkseid as he makes his way to the ring. It has been said you wouldn't like him when he's angry, and somebody has definitely made him angry here tonight. See the towering monster on his way to the ring here. Can't wait to get his hands on Darkseid. Finally making his entrance into the arena for the first time. Unable to do so in that first episode of Fight Night. Taken out in gorilla position before he even got there. Just raring to go, looking ready to pull out of that corner. Both men charging. But again, this is what we meant. It won't be an easy task. Darkseid managing to shrug off somebody like the Hulk. That's the kind of power you're dealing with. Oof! Hung up on the top with a suplex there. Very few people able to manhandle the Hulk like that. That's just how dangerous Darkseid is. Failed to capture the Omega level championship against Batman with the assistance of Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne able to get involved. Pulled the referee out of the ring when it looked like it was over for Bruce Wayne. Batman picked up the win eventually, becoming your new Omega level champion. You've got to imagine Darkseid hasn't forgotten that, but he's got to deal with Hulk first before he even thinks about going back into that title picture. So far, though, Darkseid has been relentless on offense here. Hulk has not been able to do much ever since that initial clash out of the gates. Oof, Hulk tosses him clear out of the ring here. Again, though, maybe too little too late for Hulk. Hulk has taken a lot of damage. Oof, headbutt. But that doesn't mean he's going to give up. He's certainly going to fight his way back into this as much as he can. But he has to be careful here on the outside, as we saw in that brawl backstage. One big high-impact move with that minimal protection DDT. Could be dangerous. These two trading blows. Lefts and rights just counter for counter. Oh, has him by the throat. Chokeslam backbreaker. Going in for the pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. We're in dangerous territory here, though, on the outside. Very minimal protection with that padding over the concrete. Oh, no. Anti-life pile driver being set up. Nails it! Right on the top of his head. 1, 2, 3. Darkseid is your winner. No surprise there. Head first, spiked onto the outside. Even if it's the Hulk, you're hard pressed to find anybody who can get up from a maneuver like that on the outside. Hulk attempted for a measure of revenge, just took another beating. We'll have to have him checked, obviously. That looked dangerous, looked painful, could be injured. We'll have him seen to. However, Darkseid is your winner. Thank you once again for joining us here at MFW Fight Night. I am Roman Empire, your commentator, MC, host. Come back anytime.